I'm Howard Phillips Lovecraft, and today's question comes from Kevin, who writes, Dear Mr. Lovecraft, some years ago, after finally coming to grips with the existence of latte, macchiato, espresso, etc., I learned about an expensive gourmet coffee whose special feature is that the beans have passed through the digestive tract of a certain species of Southeast Asian rodent. Some years later, butter coffee became a thing, then it was coffee with coconut oil, now we have cold brewed coffee. My question is this: are they mucking too much with a good thing, and should this be regarded as heresy? Well, Kevin, as I'm sure you already know, I am a lifelong devotee of that blessed bean. I love coffee, black coffee, coffee with cream. I even enjoy the artificial variant postum. And of course, I always have my coffee with no less than 4 teaspoons of sugar. That particular habit has come in handy as my new reanimated status requires taking in 10 times my body weight in sugar every day. Like a hummingbird. But as to your question, yes, this can feel like gilding the lily. There's so much choice, so many variations. I can't saunter down to my local cafe without being inundated by giant billboards filled with Italian phrases that set my mind to swirl. What is a grande? What is a venti? What's the difference between a cappuccino and a frappuccino? The whole thing boggles the mind of this rather old-fashioned gentleman. And then, of course, there's this new vogue for scolding the younger generations for spending their hard-earned money on these decadent beverages. Someone recently realized that if young people took the money that they were spending every day at coffee houses and instead invested it wisely, why, they would all be millionaires. Except, of course, presumably for those who invested in the coffee businesses, which in this scenario would be empty. Given all that, I do have to say, life is surprisingly short. And except for the very affluent, it is very cruel and capricious. And there are few simple pleasures that distract us from the yawning void that surrounds us. There are good books, there's frivolous conversation, and yes, there's the simple delight of a warm beverage. Given all that, why can't we just let people like what they like without commenting on it or critiquing it? I say we should save our scorn for those types who bother poor civets. There has to be a better way to make coffee. There simply has to be. As always, I'm Howard Phillips Lovecraft.